Getting started with pottery, workspace, and materials. Welcome to our pottery series. Before we start shaping clay, it's crucial to prepare your workspace and gather the materials you'll need. First, set up a clean, well-lit area with plenty of ventilation. You'll need a pottery wheel, clay, water container, sponges, a needle tool, and some bats for easy removal of your pieces. Keep a towel handy to wipe your hands. Make sure everything is within reach to keep your workflow smooth. Ready to dive into the creative process? Let's move on to the next step, preparing your clay. Centering clay on the pottery wheel. Now that your workspace is ready, it's time to center the clay on the wheel. Start by kneading the clay to remove air bubbles. Place a lump of clay firmly on the center of the wheel. Wet your hands in the clay. Turn the wheel on at a slow speed and use your body weight to press the clay down and inward, coning up and then pressing down to ensure it's centered. Repeat this process a few times until the clay is stable and perfectly centered. Centering is key to creating beautiful pottery, so take your time with this step. Next, we'll shape our clay into a basic cylinder. With your clay centered, we're ready to shape it into a basic cylinder. Start by wetting your hands in the clay. Create a hole in the center by pressing your thumbs down into the clay, keeping your hands steady. Gradually widen the hole by pulling the clay outward. Next, use both hands to pull up the walls of the clay, applying gentle, even pressure. Keep the wheel spinning at a moderate speed. Use a sponge to smooth the surface as you go. The goal is to form a cylinder, the foundation for many pottery shapes. Once you have a uniform cylinder, we'll move on to refining and adding details. Your cylinder is now ready for refinement. Use a rib tool to smooth and shape the sides, making sure to keep the walls even. To add details such as lips or grooves, gently press your fingers or tools into the clay while the wheel is spinning. Be creative with textures and patterns. If you want to create a bowl or a vase, start expanding the top by gently pulling the clay outward. Remember to keep your hands steady and use plenty of water to prevent the clay from drying out. Once you're satisfied with the shape and details, it's time to finish and trim your piece. Now we'll finish and trim your pottery piece. Use a wire tool to cut the piece from the wheel. Transfer it to a bat if you haven't already. Once the piece is leather hard, it's time to trim. Return it to the wheel and use trimming tools to remove excess clay from the bottom and refine the shape. You can add a foot ring or other decorative elements during the stage. After trimming, let your piece dry completely before bisque firing it in a kiln. The final step will be glazing and the glaze firing. Now that you've shaped and trimmed your pottery, it's time to add the finishing touches. Glazing and glaze firing. Glazing not only adds color and texture to your piece, but also makes it food-safe and waterproof. Start by cleaning your bisque-fired piece to remove any dust. Choose your glaze colors and apply them evenly using a brush, dipping, or spraying technique. Be creative with your designs. Once your piece is glazed, let it dry completely. Now it's time for the glaze firing. Place your glazed piece in the kiln and fire it according to the glaze manufacturer's instructions. The kiln will reach high temperatures, causing the glaze to melt and form a smooth, glassy surface. After the firing is complete and the kiln has cooled down, carefully remove your finished pottery piece. Admire the beautiful colors and glossy finish. Congratulations on completing your pottery journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more pottery tips and tutorials.